there are some people who work on the front line. And there's one man I know who was formerly involved in the HM prison service, or the MOJ, Ministry for Justice, as a part of. And he's also ex-military as well. This man, he's achieved quite a lot in his time, in his, 5 or so year military career, and then he did other careers in between for about 2 or 3 years or so, before eventually joining the HM prison service, which he did for around about, I think about 6 years, something like that. I think he did it from about 2006, 2012, something like that, as far as what he said in his Sean Artwood podcast. Sean Artwood, who could be the new Michael Parkinson, as I like to regard him, but only politely and kindly though. And only mean that as a compliment, because he's got the good interviewing technique the late Michael Parkinson had, as I've so seen from Sean Artwood himself. Only in my opinion, just my opinion, that's all, and all there is to shout on that, you know. But that's beside the point. Okay, yes. No, but he's gone through some experiences, this man. Hutch is the name. Hutch, and who's married, who is he so very kindly describes, his beautiful wife Mel, who is a very respectable mental health nurse. You know, he really should be highly respectable in every way, Hutch, because he's gone through a lot. He's gone through a lot, you know, from all that he went through in the British Army, when he joined only aged 17, almost 18, and he went through, I mean, an extreme career when he was working in the HM prison service. So all kinds of things happening, all kinds of stuff going on, all kinds of extreme stuff happening in the HM prison service from during his time whilst he was working there, and worked with all kinds of various different people throughout his life, and met all kinds of different people throughout his life. And now these days, I mean, even though he joined up in the to work for the police, the policing system, to be a police officer, but he hasn't got the recruiting, he hasn't been employed and got the job yet, but fingers crossed, hopefully Hutch will become the policeman soon. Policeman Hutch, here we go. Policeman Hutch, you'd make a good policeman. You'd certainly make a good policeman indeed. And but he represents a fantastic community, Hutch himself does, with some wonderful people who follow him. He deserves far more subscribers than what he's currently got as of now. And I've encountered some wonderful friends through Hutch. Friends like the lovely Lindy, Jacqueline. I haven't heard from Jacqueline in a while, but hoping she's okay. Lovely Jacqueline, little lady Jacqueline, who's got the very tall 6'4" sons. Lovely Lindy, who's Hertfordshire with lots of cats, but one of them died last year. Very nice lady, lovely Lindy is. And there's Sue Potter. Very nice lady, Sue Potter. And her dearly loved husband. Well, little lady, she's not even 5 feet tall, Sue Potter. She's only 4'11" apparently, so very little lady. Not nearly as short as my friends Sue Abbott and Dawn Rawlins, well, Dawny Rawlins, who are, 4'10" and about 4'8", 4'9" respectively, so very little ladies. That's beside the point. And, lovely, she's Canadian, by the way, Sue Potter, little Sue, lovely little Sue, whom all of us love and adore very, very dearly. I certainly love and adore Sue. And Sue eventually saw what I looked like, and she was like, I could have thought that was a computer talking to me with all that ancient vocabulary and all that, you know. I said, but only it's you. And she said some very extremely nice and certainly very, very complimentary things about me when I least could have expected it. You know, and her 6-foot protector, Bob, I think he's due to have surgery. Poor man. I hope his surgery goes all right. And there's a Rachel Broxham, I think it's Broxham, yes, I think one pronounces it as Broxham. And there's Harold. How do, Harold, how do? I haven't seen him for a while. And there's Para from the Philippines. And Stu, Frugal Stu. And the list is almost endless, like with Graham and Fiona's and Trevor's community. The list of newfound friends one can encounter through Hutch and Mel is endless, or boundless. Even Jodie and Harriet sometimes are known to view Hutch and Mel. Lovely ladies, you know, but fantastic community. I have to tell you, Hutch and Mel, since I encountered both of you, through Trevor Colt that is, because I encountered Hutch and Mel through Trevor Colt back in the Natalie part of September of 2023, and I've been stuck with Hutch and Mel ever since. I mean, Hutch and Mel are just marvellous, simply marvellous in every way. And also, Hutch and Mel, never could I once take your friendships for granted. I could never once take your friendships for granted. You know, because your friendship means something to me. And even though I may not always make every live stream of yours, I always try and make whatever one I can. So, Hutch and Mel, you make a fantastic community. You certainly represent a fantastic community. And also, through both of you, Hutch and Mel, as a result of you both, I encountered, I found out about Annabelle through you two. And you know, so if it wasn't for you two, I never would have known about Annabelle. Lovely Annabelle, that is. So I've got something to thank towards both of you, I must say. But, Hutch and Mel, really, you know, nobody, in my opinion, should take for granted that they also try effortlessly hard for all that they do with providing the community to all of us. And also through Hutch and Mel, I encountered Marianne and Samantha, two other lovely ladies. So, so really, Hutch and Mel, both of you are fantastic in every way. No, you really are fantastic in every way, Hutch and Mel. And I couldn't applaud you and thank you enough for the very content that you two so provide. No, really. Your content beyond words is fantastic, and you prove instrumentally useful in bringing the world together. And we need more people like you two who are very good at bringing the world together in the way that you two represent your very community. So I've obviously got something to applaud there for you both, Hutch and Mel. Well done. Very, very well done indeed, always. If there were more people like yourselves in our current timing of today, and in this very day and age, our world would certainly be a hell of a lot better off, to so share the point. And also, Hutch and Mel, Additionally, you two both deserve to be one of the most recommended YouTubers for 2025, indeed, without beyond a questionable doubt. But yes, thank you all indeed most sincerely, kindly for watching. And please do subscribe to Hutch's channel for those of you who are not familiar of Hutch and Mel's channel. Certainly do they, in my opinion, deserve to be one of the most recommended YouTubers. And also, Hutch, before we finish, thank you for your years of service when you served in the armed forces and when you were working your time in the HM prison service. It was a hard job and a tough careers, but well done, and thank you for your years of service and your years of hard work and effort you did when working in the HM prison service. Thank you all indeed most sincerely, kindly for watching, and I shall certainly see you in the very next video. Ta-ta for now, another time, goodbye, and may happiness be knocking kindly on your doorsteps. The most recommended YouTubers for 2025.